Hi everyone. I'm sure everybody wants a timetable when it comes to CAT studies. They need somebody to tell them कितने बजे क्या करना चाहिए, what is the week one में क्या करना चाहिए, week two में क्या करना चाहिए, what are the topics I should do, how should I revise, what from where should I revise, all those things become very important. So, well, we have our timetable starting from May to November. How do you go about it and what are the things you will do? So, this is our CAT 26 daily target timetable and section wise detailed strategy. So, let's talk a little bit about it. So, if I look at what all we have, so basically, we are first going to talk about if students who have not enrolled with us yet, they can still join the iQuanta CAT community, CAT preparation, iQuanta. And they have the iQuanta app, they can download it over here. And obviously, there you will get a lot of free resources. So even if you're not a student, you've not paid for it, you can get it. Now, normally we divide this whole thing into what is your morning, afternoon, evening looking like. Obviously, there will be working professionals or college going students who will have to adjust it accordingly. Yeah, as I tell people, from what we tell you to do, even if you land up doing 80-85%, it is very, very good. So, obviously, as I said, sometime in the afternoon or morning, you'll have to adjust that time accordingly. So, I don't want people to tell me, sir, but afternoon I have college and I have office. I understand that. So, you can work accordingly and you can do that on maybe weekends, work a little bit harder on the weekends and do it. So your CAT daily target, we give you enough. If you look at what we do, we have VARC, LRDI, Quant, and all that. So in VARC essentials, there's a vocab area, articles and RCs in the CAT daily target. Solve RCs from iQuanta assignments. This goes for everybody. iQuanta assignments, the ABC batch, and the book. So I have been saying this so much about the book recently that if you have not taken the iQuanta book, I think it is really worth taking it because the kind of questions which I'm seeing there are very, very high quality questions. Okay. So the next thing would be in LRDI Essential, similarly, you have the LRDI Essential videos, which are the basics, which helps you understand LRDI initially and all that. Then you have again the iQuanta assignments, books, IMABC batch, and attend the practice session in the afternoon if you're free. So in Quant, the non-engineers Quant video is like a Bible for those students who are weak at Quant. Go through that basics of Quant. It will help you. A lot of people keep asking me, sir, should I do everything from the NCRT 8th, 9th, 10th, or 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th? Well, sometimes doing everything will take a lot of time. So what we've done over here, we've taken those NCRT topics which are useful for you or needed for you for CAT and made videos accordingly. And over here, I would also want you to add a little bit from our YouTube playlist. So even on our YouTube playlist, we have a lot of videos. So you can go there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will get a lot of videos there also. Again, solving part is same assignments, IM ABC batch, and the book. Now, let's start at this is again for the batch which has just started. What will they do? Like the batch which started on 30th April. What will be they doing in the first 4 weeks? A lot of people keep asking me, sir, will we have a timetable? Yes, you will get your regular daily timetable or a weekly timetable, but here I'm giving you like a 6 months timetable. What will you do in the next 6 months? So your VARC topics are over here. You can also ask for this Excel by commenting in the chat, and you can ask for this Excel. So somebody will give it to you. So your VARC, you will cover the basics of ARC, types of RCs, part one, part two, problem elimination. In LRDI, we will talk about linear arrangements, linear circular arrangements will be done, distribution will be done, ranking and order, selection, all those topics will get done. Quant, normally people define their syllabus with quant completion of syllabus because LRDI and verbal, you can keep going ahead because there's no end to it. So quant may you will finish numbers within the first two and a half weeks. Over here in the first 2 weeks, you'll finish this, and then you will start with arithmetic, which becomes your most important area. You don't complete arithmetic in May, but you do your 2 or 3 very important chapters: percentage, profit and loss, percentage and ratios, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, all that gets done. And you also start your first 2 mocks that time: beginners mock cat 1 and beginners mock cat 2. These are 2 extra mocks given to you just to understand. So these, why do we have these beginners mock cat, the iCat 1 and iCat 2? We have these iCat 1 and iCat 2 so that you start understanding how a test should be, how the CAT paper will be, and how the iCat will help you look at it exactly in the same way. So that's very important. Okay, now coming to the week, coming to June. June may your obviously your schedule will continue. You will continue with more RC, different RC genre. In fact, June, if you look till here, covers a lot of RC genres. Okay, so that will get done over here. Now, while DI may you will go to binary logic, caselets. Now real DI starts, DI table and graph, line graph, pie charts, all that will start. And Quant now mainly your in the first 2 weeks you will finish by year, you will finish by time speed distance, you will finish your arithmetic, and then you will have linear equation ka some chapters and so on. So remember, you can see there are, you can see like time, speed, distance as 3 chapters. So a lot of people are asking me, so in the second batch, will we get lesser than the first batch? I don't think so. You will get the same amount and you should not worry about that. Obviously, with that, we've started the iCat 1 and 2. So similarly, obviously, I don't need to read out everything, what will happen week by week. So you can just go and see what will happen week by week. And as I said, that you can also ask for this. So by the time you finish your full syllabus, it will be close to September end. Uh, Around August end, your major important topics are done. Okay, if I look at the last 2 weeks, so for example, permutation, combination, probability. If you look at CAT nowadays, the way CAT is over the last 3, 4, 5 years, PNC probability is barely asked in the exam. Yes, it is still important to understand some other topics, understand something in DI and so on. Mensuration, yes, is definitely an important topic that will be covered later, but it will be an important topic and so on. So this is what we need to work on, and together you will keep doing DILR. There'll be Quant-based reasoning, and with the Quant-based reasoning and reasoning-based DI. These, I think, now are the most important topics in LRDI. Most important. The way CAT is, again, I'm saying the same thing, that it's no longer pure DI or no longer pure LR. It's always a little bit LR logical reasoning with some Quant-based puzzle. Yes, there might be one question like last year or in CAT 25. I remember there was one puzzle, one set which was completely based on DI. But others are more or less logical reasoning plus some Quant in it or some DI in it. So never think directly, okay? Venn diagram becomes very, very important area because one question on Venn diagram can always be asked. So Venn diagram is there. Games and tournaments helps you understand a lot of things. Even if the direct sets are not asked, they help you understand a lot of things. So these are the way the topics will be completed. And by then, by September, your mocks, you should have reached your iCat 9. Okay. Now this is the time where up till now you were also completing your syllabus and hence you were writing the iCat with it. So maybe some of you all might be feeling that, okay, maybe I didn't do really well. But very importantly is you should keep writing them. Keep writing them. Don't miss anything. Because when you keep writing them, your focus is there. So whatever time you need to write the mocks and all that, decide a particular time at which you are comfortable writing the mock. It's early morning, late evening, whatever it suits you. But try and keep one standard time of writing a mock. Sit for that 2 hours consistently and so on. Okay. In fact, I have this one thing which I always say when you are writing mocks. A lot of people keep asking me, sir, how do I improve my concentration? Like so many times when people write mock note, it happens to them. They write the first 2 sections, and by the third section, they're exhausted. So after the first 2 beginners mock, what you should also do is that every time you write a mock, so a mock is 2 hours, right? 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 120 minutes. A mock is 2 hours. You should keep one section test ready. I'll repeat this. Every time you finish a mock, you should keep one section test ready, which means as soon as you finish that 120 minutes, your next section test has to start. That section test can be of whatever area you like, or you can in fact just keep rotating once verbal, once quant, once LRDI, and so on, so that automatically all areas gets revised equally. Now, what happens, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you do that instead of sitting for 120 minutes, if you sit for 160 minutes, your concentration really improves. Your stamina improves. You're able to sit for longer time. And hence, what will happen on the day of the CAT, sitting for 120 minutes will not seem tiresome. And hence, I always advise this that people should do this. So this is a very important thing. You should try this, and I'm sure it'll work for you. Now let's come to phase 2, syllabus completion, mocks, practice, revision. How do you go about it? Okay, now you go to the next level questions, So where we solve 2x engineers VARC videos, RC practice, solve the next level questions. Your syllabus is over, so you need to move on to questions which are a slightly higher difficulty level and so on, right? Same way, if I look at in LRDI, now we go to LRDI inception videos, we go to LRDI inception, which is now slightly more difficult topics. The IM ABC questions you will get. And same way again, Quant may you have the QA cut short videos. That is how to apply shortcuts. A lot of people right at the start want to learn how to apply shortcuts, which is not a very safe thing in QA. In fact, if you ask any serious mentor, he or she will tell you that shortcuts are always learned once you learn the regular methods. People think that, oh, I will learn the shortcut instead of the regular method. Doesn't work. And hence, we start teaching our shortcuts only post we finish the syllabus. Yes, during our solving of questions and all, we keep adding shortcuts, but that's for a later day. Okay. So now, post September, or from September, you will have that was still actually third week of September, something. Now you will have your ICAT 11 to ICAT 20, which will go on till roughly the 10th week or the 11th week post September. So that will be your next till ICAT 20. You'll have all your ICATs over there. Now, right again, there's one very common burning question which people ask: how many mocks are enough? How many? Somehow, as humans, we are fascinated with numbers. Kitna? How much should I write? Should I write 20? Should I write 22? Should I write 40? Whatever. That number just keeps going up. People think it's just quantity. It's not only quantity, it is quality also. How to analyze. So hence, analyzing a mock is actually equally important than as writing a mock. If you don't analyze mocks, you will never, never, never do well. Just even if you write 100 mocks, there is no point. And this is very important. You need to go through everything. So, for example, if you've taken 2 hours to write a mock, normally, if you're going to analyze it in detail, it will take you 3 to 4 hours. Means go through everything step by step. Not only the right question, not only the wrong questions, but even the questions that you got correct. Even those need to be analyzed. And that is the important thing. So after every ICAT full length mock, open the ICAT mock analysis, identify the top 5 weakest topics based on the data, not guesswork. So data tells you, like I'll tell you a thing. I have over the years, last now 2006, I've started teaching CAT. So more than 20 years of CAT teaching. Over the years, I've met students who feel that they are good at a particular area. So for example, they feel that, oh, I am very good with, just for example, algebra. I'm an engineer and I'm very good with algebra. But finally, what happens in the test is from there they will understand whether they're actually good at algebra or not. Are they getting marks in algebra? Suppose if there were 5 questions in algebra, were they able to identify which were the level A's and B's? See, knowing a topic also tells me, am I able to identify a C and leave it? Level C questions are most of the time supposed to be left alone, even if they are from the topic which you are comfortable with. So example, I am very comfortable with geometry, but does that mean I will do geometry level C questions? Never. That's the important part. You always have to be careful that way. Okay. So how to analyze and what does analyze tell you is very important. And then obviously going back, as I always say, going back to the drawing board, again, revising 50, 60, 40, whatever that number is good for you, revising those questions from that weak topic so that that topic gets stronger. Also, it will help you identify your weak areas and strong areas much better. Instead of just having a judgment saying, okay, yeah. Obviously, as we go ahead with mocks, I will also talk about, especially in LRDI, why selection is so important. When it comes to mocks, LRDI selection is the most important. How to select a LRDI set, how to select a Quant question, how to select an RC, all those things become very, very important. In the So once you do all that, in the next mock, you need to check whether those things which you worked on after 3, 4 mocks, things which you worked on, did they help you in the next couple of mocks? You need to go back and say, okay, so example, I'll give you an example. Again, it is about arithmetic, time, speed, distance. Time, speed, distance is like, if somebody is asking me what is one chapter, which is like really, really important, a chapter, which is the most important, I would say most probably time, speed, distance. Because I think major questions are asked from time, speed, distance. So a lot of times people say, yeah, time, speed, distance, I'm able to understand the conceptual questions and everything. But when the questions are long, questions are generally long in time, speed, distance because there's a story built around it. He's coming from here, his father is coming to pick him up from here. Now, if your father is late and he starts walking, so many things, you can keep building stories around it. And hence, these questions are always slightly more confusing. So it's more like time, speed, distance is like an LRDI set. You have to read carefully, and LRDI is like an RC. You have to read carefully. That's the most important thing. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead now. If I talk about phase 3, what do we do? So phase 3 may we again go to, now the concentrated practice with your mocks, your concentrated practice. So CAT RC 60 practices there. Then obviously CAT LRDI 70 series practice sets are there, and so on. Obviously, if you're working, we've now put some time also over there. So all these things you'll have to be careful about. Okay. And then we also give you a lot of these booster sessions, which will help you revise. So over the last 7, 8 weeks, we give you a lot of these booster sessions, revisers, marathons, 4 hours marathons, 6 hours marathons, and so on. These marathons will really help you revise every topic in detail. So my whole point is, now one point is very important, is consistency. If you look at this timetable, it's all about consistency. Are you consistent? Are you every single day talking about something and saying, okay, every single day I will get up and I will study the way it is told to me. Sometimes, we have to just blindly follow a path which somebody is giving it to you, and somebody whom you trust is giving you that path and saying, okay, take this path and just go ahead and keep studying. And we are there at every stage to hold your hand, to guide you across, whether it is in terms of mentorship, whether it is in terms of doubt solving, whether it is in terms of more questions, more concepts, and so on. So example, I was saying that if you look at the first part, geometry comes a little bit towards the end. Okay. And geometry is always a slightly weak area for students. So I keep telling people, through these next 3 months, spend every day 10 minutes on geometry, only 10 minutes. Now that 10 minutes you could spend anywhere. I don't even want you to maybe solve with a paper and pen. Just read a little bit about geometry. And for that also, we are doing a lot for you. Like we are already posting, I am posting on the iQuanta app every day, one concept and couple of questions around it. So if you keep doing such things, you will get strong at that. By the time geometry starts in class, you will be really comfortable with it. So these are small habits which really help you. So that is why I'm saying consistency is the most important. These booster sessions, if you have kind of been there with us till first week of October, done everything regularly, I'm telling you, this October month will be great for you. October and the first couple of weeks of November will be great for you. And hence, at that time, the jump which you will get in your level of level where you are, say if you are getting a 80, 75, 80 percentile, and from there to take you to the 90, 95s, the 99s becomes very important. That October, November 2 months become very important. So be there, from May, June, July, August, September. These 5 months, if you really put your effort, the hard yards, as they say, that if you put those number of hours every day on a regular basis, see, finally, so I had spoken somewhere quality over quantity, okay, during the mock analysis. Same way over here, I'm saying quantity is very important. People have to put those hours in. You can't say, okay, I will study only this much. I have only this much time. If you've started in May, ideally you need to, everybody, whether they started 1.5 years back for CAT preparation or whether they're starting 7 months, everybody has the same amount of syllabus to complete or the same practice to do. So hence, what you are doing in 7 months, somebody would have done in 14 months. So you have to now work doubly hard. And hence, I think this is like, but this is always the advantage of a May batch. I've always seen this over the years when I've been making my batches and all. The advantage of a May batch is what, that it always gives you concentrated effort. You can go, because when you I'm nothing against the people who have joined a 1.5 year batch or something like that. It's a great thing to do. But what happens is that your focus keeps moving. College, कुछ और है, and then every time you think, हाँ, I have a lot of time, I'll come back and do it, I'll come back and do it. College में कोई festival है, I will take a 1 month break, या मेरी बहन की शादी है, I'll take a 15 month break, 15 days break or something like that. So all these things keep happening. While if you're in the May batch, you can concentrated effort is what I say is very important. If you can have that concentrated effort in the May batch, I think you will do excellent. So anybody who's still not joined that batch, I'm sure you all can speak to our counselors and understand how to join that batch. That will also be really great for you. So with that, I would like to end this session. And if anybody has any queries, please post it down in the comments box. We'll be happy to answer them. And if you want this Excel also, you can put it in the comments, and I'm sure somebody will help you get the Excel too. Thank you.